Hi everyone, here's some information about the final exam. I hope you managed to get through it really well, so listen to this, look at this and take it all on board. The structure of the exam is the same as the sample exam. There are two parts. Part A has 10 multiple choice questions worth 1 mark each. There is no negative marking. These questions can come anywhere from topics 1 to 6 and 10 to 12. Part B requires you to complete 4 written response questions to be selected from the 6 questions that are in the paper. Remember, only answer 4. Each of these questions is worth 10 marks. So that means the whole paper is worth 50 marks. It is half your marks in the subject. There aren't any questions from the Indigenous component in the final exam. All that has been assessed through your Assessment 3. Make sure when you're answering the questions that you clearly indicate which question number you're answering, and if the question is broken into parts, please indicate the part that you are answering, as this makes marking really easy and ensures that we don't miss any of your written answer. Okay, now what's included in the paper? Well, the learning outcomes that are covered in this exam include the theories in Western moral philosophy. And remember, we're not going to get you to apply these theories as in a case study, but you will need to understand them and be able to write critically about them. You will also need to be able to describe the issues and debates associated with corporate social responsibility. And you'll need to be able to discuss the responsibilities that business has to conduct its operations in a manner that doesn't threaten environmental sustainability. You also need to be able to understand and describe what constitutes a just society and outline opposing arguments about justice and economic distribution, and the theories that underpin those issues of economic distribution. You should also be able to critically reflect on your role as a business professional and how your actions can affect society in positive and negative ways. And this harks back to that first question in your group assignment. It is important that you use good examination technique, and some of you have probably already got this and used this really well, but I'm just going to cover it all again. It's important to use the reading time where you can write, but please make sure you use it to work out which questions that you will answer and make some notes about your approach to each question. This is a valuable time to actually think about the questions carefully. And of course, you've read the questions carefully to ensure that you're answering what has been asked. Students have lost marks in the past by not answering the question. So think carefully about what is being asked. Now, there's 120 minutes of writing time, and you've got to answer 5 10-mark questions. So if you've used your reading time to work out what question that you will answer, that means you've got 24 minutes on each question. So make sure that you answer the questions that you know first. This is likely to mean that you're going to have some extra time to answer those more difficult questions or those questions you're not quite sure of. So there are some useful points on exam technique. Make sure you use them. Finally, some more information about the content. It's important that you review your group's answers to the group work that you did and your answer to the case study and you look at any feedback that you've received. You won't have to apply an ethical theory, but you will need to know the theories really well. So please ensure that any misunderstanding you have about the theories has been resolved and that you've worked to ensure that you've got a really good understanding about those theories. All right, well, good luck in the final exam. I'm sure you'll do well.